Did you find a way to run from the city of the sun? You stay when the day is done. How did you find a way to run from the city of the sun? You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is August 5th, 2024. It is 1:11 a.m. There's a lot going on Twitter. I had to really think which way I should start this video. There's a lot of things going on in the UK. Negative, okay? Fire, people's, fighting on the street and things like that. So I decided not to focus on that. I've shared some screenshots on my community board on our Port of Peel service, on our Peel Team Sussex, some of these things that's going on. I took screenshots and put them there. But instead, I'm going to focus on the Harry and Meghan new initiative project, the Archewell Foundation Parents Network. So there are a couple tweets on that I will be sharing with you. And near the end, depend how long I stay on these tweets topics, some videos regarding Kamala Harris, and I didn't do any videos this year regarding Meghan's birthday. Yesterday was her 43rd birthday, so that's that. So let's get started. Let me grab the link and just a quick look of the channel background. This is PYTE. 3,953 subscribers. New subscribers welcome. Estimate revenue $27.46. Analytics 503 views in the last 48 hours. If you guys want to support my channels, remember I have this channel PYTE, Team Sussex, where I tend to put more tweets about not negative, yeah, more in the negative side, but overall talk about newspapers, lawsuits, things that's going on that I feel like you guys should know that's somewhat surrounding the Sussexes. But this channel is more on a positive aspect of things, and our part of Pew Service focus on their work. And I did put a video review out yesterday of their interview, CBS interview of the pilot program of Parents Network. So I did a review of their interview of CBS. So go check it out. And this video, I'm gonna go in more detail, different discussion that the squad are having surrounding their initiative. And like I said, I have a video regarding Kamala Harris. Okay, so these are the numbers for this channel. Whenever I'm doing these, feel free to skip. So let's go on Twitter. That's the first one. Erin, the Archewell Foundation Parents Network. Okay, so let's view this. Let me close this. Make sure this is the one that I'm opening. Okay, so there it is here. Erin. So this is her story. They have different stories. Maybe every other day I probably will go oh my God, I didn't know it was that long. Okay, there's Darla and Ryan, Kathleen and Jeff, Tony and Brandy. So their stories. Maybe different days I'll go over them. So let's see what's her story. Looking at Angelica then is a world away from looking at her now. Before social media took hold of her, her whole life was right there. She was always happy, playful, carefree, curious. She found good in everyone. She used to be very involved in sports, and it was a whole family thing. Her father was her volleyball coach for a few years, and I ran the snack bar. It was social. When she was 12, she got her own phone. Oh my God. For the first time, as a parent, you want your child to be included, to be social, to be safe. When we got her a smartphone for middle school, it took me a while before I gave my youngest, around 12 too, yeah, a phone, because we need to communicate after school. What's going on? Did things change? Where are you? So we could get you. These were the premises for giving him his phone. Okay, we thought we were doing the right thing. Yesterday I had to ask him, after watching the interview, I had to ask him some question. Are you okay? What social media network are you in? Are you talking to your friend? Is there anything you want me to know? I don't know. It seems like every now and then I have to check on them. Okay, we thought we were doing the right thing and keeping her safe with the stories we had heard about school violence and general crime throughout our city. We thought we were giving her a way to contact us in an emergency. Yep, that's the thinking behind those things, those decisions. That was my reason as well for doing that. But it pushed us apart. Within a few months, I felt her slipping away. Her use evolved from watching funny animal video and messaging her friend with innocent filters to something darker. As time went by, she spent more time by herself on her phone. She didn't want to engage in her usual sports. She didn't want to spend time with us. She did not even like spending time with friends that she had known her whole life anymore. We tried to restrict the time she spent on the phone, but she just became more secretive. It grew into obsession. She insisted that messaging apps were the only way her friends communicated, so when she asked to use Snapchat, I downloaded to evaluate its features. All I could see were light, entertaining videos, funny filters, a way to connect to friends who were in my contact list to chat with them. Nothing harmful. I had no idea of the dangers. I reluctantly agreed, taking steps that thought safeguards us against all my concerns. I researched and downloaded the best parent monitoring apps available at the time and signed up for a course with parent. Wow, she was doing a lot. I didn't go that far. Oh my God. The time and sign up for a course with parenting advice on managing the teen digital experience. At that time, I didn't know what I was seeing wasn't what she was seeing. Now I understand that the content targeting to me as a 40-year-old woman was very different from what she, a girl of 14, was seeing. When you pick up a book, you read the same book, but an app is different. It customized to you. Every key you type and every stroke you make provide a data point that the apps can use to identify your interests, your age, and all sorts of personal information, all without you ever giving it to them. Location required by most apps to access its features allows anyone to discover and contact you. App design like disappearing messages, strict embedded algorithm, and non-stop scrolling features create a perfect storm where kids are lured to access the app frequently and for increasing times, all the while encouraging secretive behaviors, pushing obscene content, and prompting connection with dangerous strangers. All along, Angelica was being targeted with content about drugs. What? Minus of all the pills she could get at the click of a button, sent via private messages sent by adults who did not know her, $5 delivered anywhere in the city, no cash needed, with a whole exchange system set up via digital currency over apps, strangers offering our baby girl drugs every single day. Oh my God. It was only a matter of time until she took the bait. As I'm editing this video here, I'm thinking, this is another way that they killing Americans. You have more guns, and you have Americans killing each other with guns. And then now they have this, targeting young people, young Americans with drugs and overdose and showing them how suicide can be done and all of that. So they're targeting the younger Americans. So it's a war that's going on here. It's much bigger than what we think. It's a war. But this one, they just making you do self-destruction. Alright, so that's what came to mind as I'm listening to myself reading this article. It was like she was a different girl, defiant, argumentative, everything just escalated. Her clothes changed, her music taste changed, and the people she spent all her time talking to changed. Wow. She began showing signs of depression and went away several times, each time for longer. The more we tried to talk to her, to set limits, to encourage her in a positive way, and to get her into counseling, the more withdrawing she became, saying we were too controlling. It got to a point where she learned how to bypass the monitoring apps from people online or through internet searches. She won't let us see her phone. She hide it or show us a different phone. What? When we did take it away, I was unaware she was easily able to get discarded phone from friends at school. Wow. Create new account and have access to Wi-Fi nearly anywhere. Or she will simply use other kids' phone at school, at sports event, or anywhere she was. Wow. Then in freshman year, she disappeared. Each day, each week that went by, I thought that she will surely come home soon. We put up missing posters. We talked to detectives and knock on friends' doors. We used to drive around at night in the worst areas in town searching for her and only finding so many other girls who look just like her. What in the hell? After 5 months, I got a call from a police. I'll never forget. Oh my God. I'll never forget their words. Your daughter has overdosed. Wow. Time stopped. No parent should have experienced that feeling. Fortunately, we've had a second chance. When she came back, we went back to basic, just trying to keep her alive. I didn't want to lose her again, so it was a really delicate balance. We met her need, made sure she felt listened to, and gave her the freedom she needed without restriction. That's what helped us start to rebuild our family. There was a lot of anger, a lot of sadness from all of us. I used to wake up at 2 a.m. to make sure she was still breathing and still there. As parents, we each went through moments of emotional struggles, feeling of helplessness and angst, and had many negative physical manifestations of the stress of it all. It had a huge negative impact on all of our family members. Wow. Well, I was gonna say at least she did say she has a second chance. I was gonna say at least she still have her. Okay, we're lucky in some ways because Angelica realized the toll social media has had on her life and on us, thanks to amazing people that share their knowledge and insight on the issue. So she's a lot more aware. She does still have it, but she's a lot more cautious. She's learned to separate herself from what she sees on the screen. She understands how the features are applied by opening a post. It increases similar posts by tenfold. By accepting a message from someone sharing illicit content, it recommends others they are connected to, who in turn message with illicit content. She keeps the location turned off, but even now she's still being served content. I wish it wasn't. Videos of naked, oh my God, of people shoot. What the hell? There's some of the thing I'm not saying. Color, there's that. Drugs, colorful drugs minus images that invite eating disorder by promoting unhealthy body images, and even the unimaginable things like ads encouraging young teen girls to make money through surrogacy. What the hell? But she doesn't try and hide it from us anymore, so we can talk about it openly. She will never be the same, but that's one of the things. If you don't teach your kids, the world will teach them for you. But she has a chance, which is sadly not the case for so many other families who received the same call from the police that I did, but for whom resuscitation was not successful. What we've gone through is terrifying. Strangers coming in and changing your child's outcome. No parent should have to go through that. But as I am talking to people, I can see that they're becoming more aware of the dangers. I'm hopeful that by sharing my story, we can save more than one child's life, and that families who might be experiencing similar things will remember, never give up on your child. They do not understand, choose, or want this. There are many others who are going through the same thing. We have to be united and reach out for help when it is needed. There should be no taboo or blame assigned to parents who have their child's future in mind and are taking rational steps but combating irrational conditions. Okay? Wow. I really have to look more into my kids' phone. Wow. Because the thing is that I always tell my husband to look into their phone because he's more tech savvy than I am. I don't, technical things on computers, I'm not that good with it. I don't even think my husband is really looking into it the way that I thought he was. I have to look more into it. I'm glad they're sharing this. Talking with them is not enough. And one thing that popped up in my mind, occasionally my son's phone rings, my youngest. Now I need to find out next time when that happens, I'm gonna pick it up and see who's calling him. What in the name? This is crazy and this is scary. Wow. Okay, there's more stories. Let's see this one here. Prince Harry and Meghan. Is there any response to? There's no response on this. You know what? Let me focus on my list because there's a lot going on. Okay, so let me leave that. Prince Harry and Meghan Archewell Foundation announced the launch of the Parents Network for parents in the US, UK, and Canada. This community aims to provide crucial support to parents whose children have suffered from the harmful effect of social media. Okay, there's two comments here. Excellent news. That's an ad. Okay, so it's probably going. I'll leave the links in the description. All right. So, okay, so this is short. Let me just add this to the list. Okay, so I put them on the list, put the links and everything. So let's read this. The Archewell Foundation Parents Network, Los Angeles, August 4th, 2024. Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, along with their philanthropic organization, the Archewell Foundation, today announced the launch of the Parents Network, available for the first time for parents to join in the US, UK, and Canada, following the success of a 2-year pilot program. This global community aims to provide crucial support to parents whose children have suffered from the harmful effect of social media, from facing near-fatal harm, managing ongoing mental health difficulties, or experiencing the tragic loss of a child. Renowned for its leadership in creating a safer online world, the Archewell Foundation successfully piloted this initiative in 2023. Utilizing trauma-informed practices, parents create strong bonds and offer healing support through community. Now, this safe, free-to-access peer support network, complete with comprehensive advice and resources provided by licensed facilitator, offer invaluable support to those in need. All right, so they bring in expert people who went to school and specialize on these things. Okay, the Archewell Fund. The reason I'm saying that, because we hear the derangers. Why would they want to listen to Harry and Meghan? This and that, all sort of things. Meanwhile, whenever Harry and Meghan are doing something, they bring specialists who specify on this particular field, whatever respective field that they are trying to help people. Okay, the Archewell Foundation and parents from the pilot program have unveiled the No Child Lost to Social Media campaign to help tell their stories. This initiative advocates for social media platforms to prioritize safety and their design. Parents alone cannot fully protect their children from risk due to the inherently dangerous design of these products. Since the early 2010, the rise of social media has been linked with increased rates of depression, anxiety, self-harm, and suicide among adolescents. Over the past 2 years, alongside our co-founder Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, our team has engaged deeply with parents and young people about the repercussions of social media on their mental, physical, and emotional well-being. It became strikingly clear that there is a critical need for connection and community among those who understand the pain, fear, and isolation caused by social media's impact on children. We believe in the transformative power of community, and that is why we have created this network to connect those who face these challenges and offer mutual support. James Holt, Executive Director of Archewell Foundation. Okay, last year, the organization hosted the Archewell Foundation Parents Summit in honor of World Mental Health Day. Yes, I did mention it in one of the videos that I did leading to the interview, the Sunday morning interview. I did mention the connection of it. The summit brought together parents who have experienced tragic loss connected to their child's social media use for a discussion on building community and creating a safer online world for young people. Right, for resources and more information, please visit the Parents Network website. Okay, so the link of this article will be in the description, and then through that you could get these links, because my description is limited to certain amount. Thanks. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to my list. All right, this was extra. I added to it. I added to the list. So now back to my list. Next tweet. Okay, let me pause this. Okay, she been through so much, so let's listen to this. Okay, this part got me emotional, I can't lie, but I'm glad that Meghan is in a place where she's happy. Alright, so let's go into it. Maybe there's more. Oh, there's no response, but let's listen to the video. There'll be screenshots.
And like the Dollies, it's often impossible for parents or anyone else to see that someone was so deep in despair that they'd consider taking their own life. Meghan Markle has been there, as she told Oprah Winfrey in 2021.
Look, I was really ashamed to say it at the time, and ashamed to have to admit it to Harry, especially, because I know how much loss he's suffered. But I knew that if I didn't say it, that I would do it, and I just didn't want to be alive anymore.
You had an experience that connects you to these these families, and I see you touch your husband's hand in just the way I knew that you would be looking after each other if I went places. But the connection that you have with people is they know you had suffered too, personally. Contemplating killing yourself is what suicidal ideation was. And I'm dancing around this because I can see you're uncomfortable with my even going there. Do you?
I understand why you are, though. I wasn't expecting it, but I understand why you are, because there is a through line, I think, and when you've been through any level of pain or
This is something, two things here. I didn't mention on my review of this now that I'm listening to it. She has two connections with this online situation and social media and tabloid and all of that. She lost a child. You remember when she put that op-ed, the losses we share. Okay? It was due to I know there was lawsuit that was going on around that time, and the tabloid consistently throwing nonsense, and also her experience in the UK with the suicidal ideation. And when she did mention it to the Oprah interview, you have people in the UK bashing at her for it more. I don't know. The UK there's something is not right over there. But let me move it back, and then let's
a
continue.
through line, I think. And when you've been through any level of pain or trauma, I believe part of our healing journey, certainly part of mine, is being able to be really open about it. And I haven't really scraped the surface on my experience.
This got me as well. I haven't scraped the surface of her experience. So she went through hell. Look at her face here. She haven't even scraped the surface of her experience. Listen to it again, like right here.
Is being able to be really open about it. And I haven't really scraped the surface on my experience. But I do think that I would never want someone else to feel that way. And I would never want someone else to be making those sort of plans. And I would never want someone else to not be believed. So if me voicing what I have overcome will save someone, or asks or encourage someone in their life to really genuinely check in on them and not assume that the appearance is good so everything's okay, then that's worth it. I'll take a hit for that.
And on my review of that, when she said, she'll take a hit for that. Where is it? Like right here.
Appearance is good so everything's okay, then that's worth it. I'll take a hit for that.
One of the
And
things
like the
that I've
dog.
said about Harry and Meghan, they went through it for a reason. God decided to use them, because so many of these things, evil is so good at making you forget reality. So many things were being done, and I just couldn't believe people were not seeing it. So there's Harry and Meghan, who went through it and shed light on people who were blind. So they were the bright light. I think I said this in an old video. They were, Harry and Meghan, are the bright light who's walking through darkness and allowing people to see. Because some evil was doing its thing on this earth. They were doing that thing. But out of nowhere, there they come. And I've said this with that triangle, as we seeing things coming together, connecting. It's weird, but well, okay, next to it. Never forget. I don't know if it's the same clip. This part got me emotional. Is that the same one? Emotional. I think that's the same thing that I just read. I shared a few minutes ago. Someone retweeted it. I have a feeling 10, 20, 30 years from now, when the narrative changes and it's more profitable to narrative Meghan's life experience in a positive or even truthful light, the very same people like Piers Morgan and Kamala Harris, Angela Levine will admit they believe Meghan. I mean, they know. It's like these people, they are driven by money. They see, I don't know, they see people as numbers, not as human beings. it's hard to explain, because all they want to do is make money. When they're targeting somebody, they don't see the person as a human being. They just see them as a, I don't know, statistic, numbers, or this, you know, and then they just write about it. There's no feeling behind it. This is why sometimes I said, in order for these people to understand what Meghan is trying to tell us, which many of us understand, but them and that salty island who don't even take a millisecond to try to understand her, they will have to go through the same thing in order for them to understand. Because, for instance, when Meghan said about her, not her mental suicide ideation, even that as well, but the losses she shared, right? Camilla Tomney, of all people, which at that time when Meghan came out and said it, I didn't know she herself went through it. I might have said something in that video, you know, as a woman, you should understand how she's feeling, because you're a mother. You know how things like that could possibly happen, especially when you're trying to have a child and it then go, first you were so happy you were pregnant, and then it didn't happen. It then go full term. For somebody or another woman to not understand that, it's really shameful. Then few months later, could have been weeks, I don't know, months later, she went on her podcast, I don't know, her radio show, and she want people to feel sorry for her because she had gone similar to that thing. I'm like, what the hell? How am I supposed to feel when you were bashing her when she came out to tell her side, her experience? Won't you be on her side at that time and said, oh, I went through it, this is how I felt, da 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 da. I really suggest you guys to go listen to my review of the losses we share, because I share my experience as well. Okay, I don't want to talk about it here. Okay, so that's that. Okay, she's saying she hasn't even scratched the surface. I'm telling you, that got me. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. Yep, she has even scratched the surface. Next one. I didn't go to the video because I think it's the same one. Okay, this one is a 32-second of it. Prince Harry and Meghan with some of the parents, part of the Parents Network on CBS Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley. Okay, 32 seconds, there's no comment. Oh my God, 274 retweets.
Today, a different kind of encounter with Harry and Meghan. The spotlight not so much on them, but on parents dealing with the damage from social media.
We've got to the stage where almost every parent needs to be a first responder. And even the best first responders in the world wouldn't be able to tell the signs of possible suicide.
I'm so happy you're here. Thank you.
Ahead this Sunday morning, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Okay, so I don't have anything to say about this. I already did a full review. Next tweet. Okay, I love this. I'm sure it will grow into a massive movement. Like Meghan said, we got to start somewhere. Exactly. Okay, so this is the full video. I'm not gonna go over it again. Go on our part of Pure Service. I did a full review of this particular video, 8 minutes and 52 seconds. So I'm not gonna go over it again here. Okay, next one. I don't know, I put it on the list. Maybe that was when I first came across it. Next tweet. Okay, so there's a short version of it here. This one really got me. I'm so emotional. I just want to give her the biggest hug. My Supergirl forever. Okay, let's see which part did she choose.
But I do think that I would never want someone else to feel that way. And I would never want someone else to be making those sort of plans. And I would never want someone else to not be believed. So if me voicing what I have overcome will save someone or asks or encourage someone in their life to really genuinely check in on them and not assume that the appearance is good so everything's okay, then that's worth it. I'll take a hit for that. But I do think that
it's playing over. There's a music in it. I'm gonna have to put my own music on top of it too. Her is astonishing, still forging on in spite of it all. May she be blessed. That's an ad. Okay, there's Parents Network, no child lost to social media, Cringe, me too. I started crying at this point, and I'm just so proud of Meghan and Harry too. You can tell that caught her off guard, but she handled it beautifully. Okay, my girl, she's been through so much. Oh, the British tabloid will pay for what they've done. Yes, but it's the fact that the royal family haven't said a damn thing. I don't know what's going on with them. Something is not right. The fact that she has to agree to take a hit for just speaking out is crazy. May God punish the British media and the royal family for making... See, I just mentioned the royal family. The royal family for making her life so difficult. I hope karma visit them and hundredfolds. Amen. It's just too much for one person to go through. You know, they're just a baggage for God. Well said. Bravo, Meghan. There's that. There's the sad face. And so beautiful. That's why they hated her. After all that, how is their future queen working out for them? It didn't have to be this way. Jealousy is really a disease. Meghan will always be queen of our hearts. What that toxic British royal family and their silent racist British press media and still doing to her, we'll never forget. Okay, there's all of that. Okay, let me finish with it all. Let me finish with it all. Me too wanna hug her so much, and Harry too for being the man he is. And true, and Harry went through some stuff too. Can you imagine you grew up with a family who you thought got your back? I mean, for people like us from the outside, we would have seen the sign where, you know, we would say, okay, they're not for really got our back, but he was born into it. They trained him to accept the position, to accept being abused by his brother and all of that. So he's used to that. But for him to realize in the moment that his wife is suffering and say, no, I don't want this, this is huge. This is where I really separate him from everything else. Him going through it and all of that because they train him to accept those type of abusive behaviors, and it become part of him. So he doesn't know any better. But once his wife was experiencing it, and then knowing how she was before the rest of the world knew they were together, because they were dating for a while, okay, without everybody know, except their circle, people who Harry trusted, and I don't know, maybe none of his friends knew, but Meghan's friends knew, and he hang out. What is it? Did they say in the interview? They every other week, so every 2 weeks, each one of them go visit each other. Okay, so before that, when they were doing that privately between them, so he saw the lifestyle that she had, and then when things started to be south, and said, no, enough is enough. My goodness. I mean, like I said, they had to go through it for the rest of the world to see and create a change. Okay, let's address the Oprah 17 life. Oh God, there they are here again. Okay, appalling acting. Baggage for God. That's it. I don't even need to finish with it. I don't have time for that. Okay, I didn't understand why she was surprised to be asked about this. She did an interview with Oprah and spoke. I mean, this was about her and Harry's work regarding the parenting thing. I don't know. That's because unlike the royal family, they don't give them the question ahead. So as they're having the conversation, the interview, a follow-up question popped up. So she didn't expect that. She said it. My goodness. I haven't watched this, but did she ask her trolls to... Oh, God. So why are you here? Okay, this one needs to be responded. This is what I wrote here. Why are you even here? Perhaps the same question can be asked to your lazy masters who only want to be applauded for doing absolutely nothing. Why are you even here? Adults are having adults discussion. Your future queen is still learning. Perhaps she should tune and learn from this adult convo. Alright, so that's that. And then black. Alright, so let me go to the next tweet. I black every single of the royal family thing. I don't even want to discuss anything or share their stuff or even listen to. They have nothing significant to share. to contribute. All right, next tweet. All right, there's no comment on this. So let's see here. This is a crucial intervention. Bless Prince Harry and Meghan at Archewell Foundation. So she retweeted that. Pause again. Okay, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan's Archewell Foundation launched the Parents Network. Parents in our community share a range of experiences. Many have lost a child and are working together to navigate grief. Watch their heartbreaking stories. Okay, so this one is 2 minutes. How long is that? Let's see here.
Did have her telephone. One night as England was spending time with her friend, they were looking for funny videos on Instagram. And there was this one video of a lady mimicking self-strangulation.
What?
With social media, we thought it was something of ways for our kids to connect, to have fun. We didn't know about the dangers of it.
This place brings back a lot of good memories for us.
There was a social media challenge. He got jumped by several students and they pulled his pants and his underwear down and took pictures and posted them all over social media.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, that was a lot. She was always such a creative child.
Hi, it's Alexis.
She loved photography, ceramics, art. I think that her youth was robbed of her because of social media. We noticed that she started losing weight, she was self-harming, and all of this was fed to her through Instagram and social media accounts.
When she started playing volleyball, she was just very passionate about it. We decided to get her a phone for middle school because we wanted her to be safe.
That's the part that I read, I think.
She started talking to people that we didn't know, offering her drugs on Snapchat. Come to learn out, she had overdosed on fentanyl.
Wow. There's a music. I'm gonna have to put my own music on that one. Alright, so that's pretty much that. I think. No? It continues. I didn't see this part. It's on their website. I need to go and listen to it a bit more.
Yeah, anytime she did have her.
Oops.
Anytime.
It's playing again. What is this? Okay, so there's that. No child lost to social media. Okay, there's more stories. Okay, so I don't want to go through each one of them. Also said the stories. Okay, so there's more. Go to their website and listen to it. Okay, I'm almost an hour here. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, it looks like I'm pretty much done with the Archewell Foundation. Okay, next tweet. The toxic British media wants to play both sides. They scream Harry and Meghan aren't part of the royal family, no security, yet they need to ask for permission. Me laughing, and Princess Diana, her legacy is living his best life with his family. There's that. So what are they talking about? So there's no comment, and she retweeted that. Let's go into it. Grant Harrell seriously needs to have his head checked. He can't seem to remember that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle left the monarchy ages ago and that they don't need permission from the royal family to travel to Colombia. I think in one of the videos, did I spell it correctly? I think I put U instead of the O on the second O on Colombia. Okay, but to travel to Colombia or any other international destination for work, a tour, etc. So what are they writing now? Speaking on behalf of Spen Genie, former royal butler, so this is their source, you know it's BS. Former royal butler Grant Harrell said, quote, "It will be good to know if this has been sanctioned by the palace or if Harry had a conversation with his father asking if he can do this." What the hell? The guy left a long time ago. He's living his own life. What the? This is crazy. Yeah, no wonder why she said it's comedy. I just can't see them doing it without some sort of approval, because this will upset the monarchy if they do it off their own back. And I think there could be repercussion if they haven't been given permission by the royal household. It sounds like as if Harry and Meghan are working under the royal family. He also surmised that the couple's visit could be them seeking their first step to make a return to working royal. What the hell? Mr. Howell added, if they are going to carry out a royal tour, then they are acting as working royal, so this could be an indication of them stepping back into royal life. Yeah, that's stupid.
Can you see a day when you would return as a full-time member of the royal family?
No.
Stupid things. I don't know who wrote this. Who wrote this? Oh my god. Attention members of the royal family staff and royal voter tabloid idiots, internet grifters. September 15 is Harry's 40th birthday. He doesn't need permission to do anything. He is a grown, there's the word here, independent adult. Bugger off. That's all. Carry on. Exactly. This one I cannot see. I blacked that one. They then stepped back. They left the monarchy and aren't returned. Harry is related. It was all in or all out. They chose all out, remember? Yeah, and it's William who chose that for him. Remember with the Simon case, written the document for him, you know? And Harry, I'll put the Syndrome Summit thing here. There it is.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
They choose it for him. An old-age former butler, 5,000 miles away from Harry and Meghan, was asked for an opinion, guys. Okay, he sounds as though he is in his 90s, but he is in his 40s, 46 years old, and that is what makes it worse. Oh, okay, I didn't read the entire article, just that screenshot that is on the tweet. At 46 years old, he is already that far gone mentally. He needs help. Okay, they are not, sis, they are not. I black. There's the laugh here. As the palace, if they can go, hilarious. He lost it. Okay, very real. Why is the former butler's opinion worth publishing? Because their sources have dried up. Okay, yep, they can do whatever Nigerian royal tour they want. I see it playing out this way. 20-30 years from now, the US citizen Archie and or Lily Sussex will travel as ambassadors of their Archewell Foundation or hold a charity event in the US, and some stupid British royal expert will still ask if King William has allowed it. Why can't they understand that this isn't a royal tour? Therefore, Harry and Meghan doesn't need any kind of approval from the palace. Harry and Meghan are private citizens who can do whatever they want. They are all simply grifters. It's 5 years since they walk away, but the grifters have turned into a $1 trillion global business format. They post, there's the word here, folks react, comment, and ka-ching, there's the money here, come rolling in, but as they're thick, it's the only thing at their disposal. If anyone was asking for permission, surely Colombia should have before extending the invite. Okay, after this one, that's it. I told you, every chef, cook, and bottle washer, whoever crawl on their bellies for the royal family is certifiable. I don't know if their form of insanity is catching or if they all receive a free frontal lobotomy as a condition of employment. Let's go to the next one. This is crazy. Next one. Every single word. There's that here. She tagged somebody. Who's that? Okay, Meghan Markle Brazo. This looks like a Sussex squad, maybe. Alright, let's see here. We don't think we need to repeat how proud we are of Meghan. Today is her 43rd birthday, and she decided to once again expose the most fragile and difficult experience of her life. Meghan is a woman who came face to face with suicide when she was pregnant with her first child after much media online bullying, sharing her own experience, once again exposing herself once again for the benefit of families who suffer every day. Makes us admire her even more. Thank you, Meghan, for not giving up. There's that. It's inspirational to witness Meghan's commitment to helping others, even at the expense of herself. Yep, there's that here. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. There's no more comments. Okay, now I am into Kamala Harris. I think that's a video. Okay, this one I saw. It's very interesting because online you're hearing I don't know, could be bots, I think so, it could be bots, saying that she's only there putting black men in jail and all of this. So there's her experience telling her approach into the system when people are in jail, when they come out, and how, you know, things can be done in a better way. Okay, so this is her perspective of it. Okay, I showed this to those who claim Vice President Harris locked up thousands of black men, and the people who claim she's not black American or just turned black. Okay, 3 minutes and 42 seconds. I think I might put some part of it in a short video. Let's listen. That's from C-SPAN. This is the channel that I sometimes mention on my other channels, that it's instead of watching the mainstream media's news, you know, trying to make money, turn politics into entertainment, this C-SPAN, you hear it directly. So they're the one who usually go on the, they will air what's going on in the Senate and the House of Representatives and all of that. You hear it right from the horse's mouth, this kind of thing. All right? And I think Trump wanted, was it just NPR? Okay, I wanted to defund it or something. But let's listen.
The criminal justice system is not working for the African American community. I can tell you as the chief law enforcement officer for a major city in this country that it is not working. We see that in the statistics that you've outlined. 2 million people are in the prison system in this country. Over 40% are African American, in spite of the fact that we only constitute 13% of the general population. It's not working. It's not working when we recognize that African American men, the leading cause of their death is homicide. We are overly represented both as victims and as defendants and as witnesses. Our communities suffer because our babies hear the gunfire every night, so the 7-year-old has post-traumatic stress disorder and cannot go to school the next day and learn. The criminal justice system is not working for us. What I think we have failed to do as a community, however, is own this issue of law enforcement.
Two things. It's back in 2006. Okay, so that was a while ago. And then where she said it's not working for us as American, us as black American. Okay, so that's what I got from that. So let's listen. Remember, they keep on saying she's not black or she just turned black or something like that. So let's continue.
We talk about these statistics in the context always of it is unfair, it's morally incorrect. Maybe we have learned that from the church. It is morally incorrect. But nobody cares about that. You can look at Katrina. Nobody cares about the fact that we've got a bunch of young black and brown men in prison. That argument is not working. What I suggest we do as African Americans is own this issue in law enforcement and then define it in the way that works for us, because it is a myth to say that African Americans don't want law enforcement. We do. We want our grandmothers to be able to walk to church and be safe. We want our babies to be able to walk to the park and be safe. What we don't want is racial profiling. What we don't want is excessive force.
That's right.
What we don't want is to have our civil liberties and civil rights be stripped. But we do want law enforcement. So let's define it in the way that works for us by saying, I want community policing. I want a police department that works in my neighborhood and in my community that reflects the mores and the culture and respects my grandmother of accountability in the criminal justice system that says law enforcement needs to own crime prevention as much as it talks about long sentences. Because nationally, only 18% of serious crime results in an arrest. So if I, as law enforcement, with my responsibility to keep you safe, only talk about keeping you safe by sending people to prison for a long time, I'm necessarily going to fall short because the vast majority of that crime's not even hitting my system. So if I'm going to keep my promise to you to keep you safe, I better talk with you about what I'm doing in terms of crime prevention, which means recognizing that people coming out of the state prisons, 60% will recidivate if we don't get them in reentry programs, if we don't get them in job training, job readiness, get them in programs that deal with their substance abuse, get them in meaningful housing and employment so they don't recidivate. We could talk about it in terms of is it the right thing to do? Of course it is. But you know, I'm done talking about it like that. I'll just talk about it on this basis. If that person commits another crime, I have to spend $10,000 to try that felony. They sit in my county jail for $35,000 a year. I'm running a reentry program out of my office in San Francisco DA's office that brings folks back into the community at an expense of $8,000 a year, guarantees them employment, guarantees them meaningful reunification with their family, and in that way, fulfills my responsibility to keep my community safe. So let's redefine this issue in the context of public safety and just simply talk about doing crime prevention, investing in people coming out of prisons is the smart thing to do for law enforcement. Forget that it's just the right thing to do. It's the smart thing to do.
Okay, so that's that. There's no comment. Okay, the next tweet, I don't see the link. So let me go search for it. Let me pause and look for the link. Okay, so there it is here. I didn't put the link. I don't know what happened. Okay, I love all the auntie vibe popping up. Okay, 47 seconds. Is there? Yeah, there's some responses. So let's go over it. She's cooking in her house. I don't know. The TikTok video.
Excuse me.
You want to see the beginning of my stuff?
Yeah.
Got some carrots and leeks.
That's the stock.
Oh, I need to put my bay leaf in. Get the bay leaf out of here.
Okay. I need to understand what turkey stock is.
The way she looked.
There's the thing. Oh, chicken stock. There's the thing called fish stock.
Yep, I'm familiar with those two things.
This is turkey stock.
Oh, okay. And so why are you choosing to do turkey instead of chicken or fish, Auntie?
Because we're having a Thanksgiving turkey and not a Thanksgiving steak.
Oh my god, the audio is kind of low. I'm gonna have to put it loud. Okay, she really wanted to tell her to get her non-cooking, there's the word here, out of the, there's the F word here, kitchen. Laughing my ass off, right? Okay, that's yeah. The best one is teaching Senator Warner how to make a sandwich. Oh, I didn't see that video. I forgot about that. Alright, let me pause that GIF. In her head, as soon as Nee said, "What's turkey stock?" This is from when she hosted Thanksgiving in Iowa in 2019. Ah, very interesting. Okay, I have the same meat from the United States of America. Should have stayed in the kitchen. And the thing is that I was thinking of a video that I saw earlier, and I think it's Rachel Maddow who was looking into what Trump said, that people don't have to vote again, and this is why every election matters. Every single election matters, because when if I see that video, I'll share it with you and I'll put the link, because what happened when January 6th didn't go according to plan, which they almost did, in terms of votes to be certified. They're going at a local level where they're gonna already have their people in place, and they did say it. I remember right after January 6th, many of these my guys were saying they need to run for election and get those into those spaces, okay, those positions. So they're gonna try not to certify some of the votes in those counties. What people needs to keep in mind as well, President Biden has an obligation to protect the Constitution of the United States, abroad and domestically. How did that goes with his oath of office? Let me go look for it. I'm done with this, okay? I'm just gonna look for the oath of office for the President of the United States so I could explain more into details. Okay, so there, but I don't think it's the entire thing. Really execute the office of the President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So there's President Biden here. Let's listen to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the oath of office, followed by musical honors.
After me. I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
Office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
To protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. So let's look what is the Constitution of the United States. Fundamental law of the United States federal government and the oldest written national constitution still in use. It establishes the structure and operation of the government, defines the rights of citizen, okay, the rights of citizen, and divides power between the federal government and the states. The Constitution was written in Philadelphia in 1787 by delegates from 12 of the 13 original states and ratified in 1788, going into effect in 1789. Okay, so he has to protect the fundamental rights of citizen, okay, because the right of citizens is also their right to vote. So if these people do not want to certify the election, I don't know, there are steps that can be taken because he has to defend them. So one group cannot come in and say, I'm not gonna do it. When you look at former Vice President, what's his name, of Trump, the one who there was a hit made Pence, okay, he had to follow the law. Otherwise, the same mess that you see Trump is in and all of that, he would have been in the same mess too. All right, so that's that. I believe I have one more. Is that, yeah, I have one more, and let's finish it. Let's go on Twitter. Okay, I read all of the comments, I think. I don't know how I come to the Constitution and all of that. Okay, did you know that in many cultures, age is a sign of wisdom that commands respect? So how many years of respect should we dedicate to you today? Happy birthday, Princess. Okay, yesterday was Meghan's birthday. All right, so there's that. I thought there was more. Okay, there's this here. This is extra. Happy 43rd birthday, Meghan Markle. A look at her red carpet fashion journey before royal life. That Prince Harry and Meghan Marco launched Parent to Combat Toxic Influence on Children. Okay, so I went over these already. So that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And if you want to support me, still, I have my shop, Spreadshop, and Zazzle. Spreadshop is connected with my YouTube channels, the one that are monetized, and Zazzle, the link is in the description, and I have puzzles and things like that if you are interested. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching.